See if I can do it without ruining these flowers. Hey, got it. All right, welcome to our very first Let's Play. We're gonna jump in here for just a few minutes and give Lawn Care Simulator a try. I had not seen anybody in our corner of YouTube give this a shot. And so I dived in the other day just to kind of get things set up. Go ahead and give us Lightspeed Lawn as our, and then we will dive in here to do our first job. So currently I'm the only employee. So I'll go ahead and assign myself here, and we will go ahead and go out to the Old Nook Cottage and give it a mow. See what, okay, yeah, we've only got our one mower right now. And we have to assign a string trimmer. I have not tried using the string trimmer yet, so we will see how that goes. Yeah, I did. They recently added Ego equipment into the game. And so they also added this like dinosaur safari expansion pack that looks pretty goofy. It's like you're mowing a mini golf course with dinosaurs around, not just, it's a video game. You could put dinosaurs in. Okay, so I know from watching a couple of tutorials that the first thing we should do is actually to walk around the lawn real quick and see. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to get in there. You can tell. Expert video gamer. Okay, I think it's actually that we're mowing this area. Cool. So we're gonna walk it and look for anything that we could run over. See, there we go. We're gonna pick up those loppers there. And just give this once over and make sure that we're... Oh, man. Some serious gardeners here. Multiple pairs of loppers laying in the yard. Yeah, so the goal for this kind of thing is to like have a little bit of fun, talk about what the game gets right, what it gets wrong, talk a little bit about marketing. If you guys like this sort of, oh, we got one more object here. Let's find it real quick. If you guys enjoy this, if there are questions you want to submit that we can, I can talk about while we're playing a game here, having a little bit of fun. Let's watch out for that car, not run into it. Okay, now I have to like remember how to... Okay, we're gonna hold X to start. Cool. So, but yeah, the goal is just to have a little bit of fun. So we'll go ahead and increase our throttle a little bit. All right. Hey. This is like style of mower I don't feel like I have seen a lot in the States. This is definitely a European market game. They're very into simulators in Europe. Okay, so yeah, we just can't screw up their lawn, and we do not have our blade deck is not down yet. Is this like a normal lawnmower setup? I just feel like I have not seen a setup like this. Okay, and I'm trying to remember how to. What is our contract is not giving me. Okay, wait, can I see? Okay, we want to be 5 to 6 centimeters. So we can go ahead and go down to 6. There we go. We will press B here to go ahead and lower that. And then we got to pull forward a little bit so that our blade is in the grass when we start. All right, and we will press X, and we're underway here. Yeah, so let's see if we can kind of see where we're going a little bit. And I did learn that if you run over the flowers, you will in fact destroy the landscaping, and you get like docked for it at the end. So we'll create a little space to turn around here. Just back right into this bush, yeah. Here we can disengage our blades while we turn around. Yeah, so, like obviously I am a lawn care marketer and not a guy who professionally mows lawns. I grew up mowing lawns, just like one summer I did that. And I always mowed my family's lawn. I think that they say you have to like turn your blades off when you're on the pavement here. That feels a little bit dumb. Man, I'll have to get better at being able to talk while I mow. But yeah, so this is kind of the opposite of what I know a lot of you guys do, where you are listening to our podcast while you're in the field. This is a little bit, I am producing a podcast while I pretend to be in the field. Oh, we striped him a little bit here. This reminds me of the very first time I mowed the lawn for my dad. And I was kind of like, at some point in this process, these stripes get fixed. Is that what the weed eater's for? I had left gaps each time. And he was like, no, that's what you fix. Go back and mow the entire lawn again, please. So I know that the game gets a little bit more intricate as you go along, where you're able to like add a striping kit to your mower. We get into brand names I'm a little more familiar with. Like I said, they added the Ego stuff recently, and then there's also like Skag is in the game. There's another brand that I recognized that is not coming to me off the top of my head. But yeah, so we'll just be in here, hang out for a little bit. Maybe I should. No, it's fine. Let's see. It's not, we're getting there. Yeah. So one thing that I think is interesting is like the game it has a little bit of a marketing mechanic, but it's like the whole economy of the game is based on these things called reputation points. And so running an ad campaign, they have like TV options. It's like really silly stuff that most modern lawn care businesses wouldn't do. I think there might be like a social media campaign option, but some of it's a little bit silly. I feel like I'm leaving little ruts in the grass here that are not great. I wouldn't want them in my lawn. But yeah, so hopefully I think this is coming out on like a Monday or Tuesday, so hopefully your week's getting off to a good start. You're taking a little opportunity here to unwind at the end of the day. I should have, it's 3 p.m. for me now, almost 4, but maybe I should have cracked open a cold one. We could have had a beer together. I see why having a like chat is really helpful for like Twitch streaming, because then you've got people kind of interacting with you in real time, which would be cool. So maybe we could do a stream in the future if people are down for that. One thing I think is fun is we destroyed a flower. Yep. All right, that is very similar to my experience in real life operating a commercial mower once I went out to see my friend Kirk Slack in Austin back when I worked for Service Autopilot. And I can't remember so we were at a customer's property. It was a like longtime customer who was totally fine with that we were filming some content there. She had some very pretty flowers that Kirk's company had planted, and I immediately ran them over on the stand-on mower. So, I am the guy you want running your Facebook ads, not being involved with your customers' begon, not a very good heavy equipment operator of any sort. Man, you gotta get like real close to these flowers. Stressful operation. And I know that it will like not let you, like that's a pretty big one. Like obviously that's not something you want to leave behind, but there will be like little strips at the end that we'll have to go back and catch just because, it's a video game and it's a little bit hard to see. Okay, we didn't get as tight in there as I would have liked. We're not going to get a good Google review out of this. We're going to get some good callbacks. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, well, we got that now. Let's see if we can continue with our row here. If I mowed this slowly, you would fire me, right? Like, I would not continue to have a job with your company. That's my assumption. Like, the controls are a little bit finicky. I feel like I could actually like drive a lawnmower a little better than this in real life. I drove some stuff at GIE this year we're not in a house right now, but before we sold our house, I mowed our lawn myself using push equipment from Ego that I really loved. That battery equipment was really great for me as a homeowner. I could get everything done in one go round with the mower and the trimmer that I had. My blower was electric, and I agree with the sentiment that the electric blowers are kind of crappier than their gas counterparts, but I never had any problem with the string trimmer that I used. It feels like, electric motor's good at getting you that torque right when you need it. People who have been hanging out since the like service autopilot days probably remember that I drove an electric car for quite a while. So I was very excited for that kind of technology. I really love gadgets and stuff. That's why I got into, learned how to use Facebook ads and all that, was kind of born out of the same love for like new things and experimenting with them. Let's see if we can get ourselves. I wonder if, can you hurt the bush? Okay, yeah, you can hurt the bush and your mower. Cool. We gotta stop and sharpen the blade now. Do we have a mini game for sharpening the blade? Alright, we'll turn our blades off so that we're not cutting some weird pattern into the lawn. But yeah, I would be really curious, like obviously I don't do this professionally. If you have a suggestion for like how I should actually carve up these lawns, I'm just trying to do like a pretty straight back and forth pattern, but I'm absolutely open to, hey, there's a more efficient way to do this, increase the operational efficiencies of my virtual lawn care crew here. Please feel free to leave them in the comments. I know this is a really silly video to do. I hope that at least a couple of you are enjoying it, and let us know if you'd like to see more of this down in the comments as well. If this is your first time on our channel, this is a really weird thing that I'm doing here. This is not our normal content at all. Normally it is me and the camera, or me and Robert recording our podcast, Lightspeed Lawn Care Marketing. But I just thought that it would be a good opportunity to have a little fun, try something different. We're really trying to grow our YouTube channel this year, because we think that if we can, grow it a little bigger, it will give us more time to spend working with the clients that we have at the price point that they're at. We can provide better service if we've got some brand deals and what have you. So we're still very small. We're still working toward that. I am, oh, we can catch this little nub that we left behind earlier maybe. See if I can do it without ruining these flowers. Hey, got it. Okay, so I guess I'll just do this like this. Yeah, so my grandfather had a little bit of land in the, not quite the country, but like, 45 minutes outside of Houston where I grew up. And so he had a zero turn. And I drove that. I mowed his lawn a lot, especially when there were health issues that he and my grandmother were dealing with. So I did that, and it wasn't like, they had a like gravel driveway, so there wasn't a lot of like edging and stuff to be done. So I don't feel like I got a ton of practice doing that. Marvin Salcido from Salcido Lawn and Landscape actually gave me a lot of tips about edging correctly, which I really appreciated. He kind of gave me the lowdown on how he trains his employees when I did a like shop tour for him a long time ago. Would it be cool in the future if we got somebody on to, like, there's no like multiplayer element of this. We can't have a crew, which would be sick if we could have like Paul Jameson or Jason Creel hop on and they're trying to like string trim while I'm mowing. That would be so fun. But there's not currently a multiplayer thing, but we could get someone on to react and be kind of color commentary while I'm doing this. I mean, we could even, if I get a little bit better at the game and talking at the same time, we could probably do like they're on to be interviewed while I'm just, taking care of my jobs. I mean, I got to multitask. I'm running two businesses here now. I got Lightspeed Social Agency, where we're doing marketing, but then I'm also, over across the pond, as it were, running my landscaping business. Whoa, no! Oh man, these people are absolutely gonna fire me. Like, this is, you hired a middle schooler to mow your lawn. You just didn't know it because he looked like he was a grown man. I'm just kind of getting a little of the edge here. Like I said before, I am 100% ready and willing to receive a guide for how to actually do this. That's what I should do, is hop on with somebody and have them tell me how a professional would divide up the lawn to mow it effectively. Okay, hopefully we can get... That looks like an area that I would get with a string trimmer. I don't know if that's actually the case or if I need to like back the lawnmower up into there. Okay, so we've done a full loop now. I don't like how it like leaves those impressions. That doesn't feel like... Alright, and we just keep at it. Back and forth, back and forth. This is relaxing. This bush kind of ginormous. I do appreciate that you have all of your safety equipment on. I know that, you know, guys that operate bigger businesses with insurance and all that, you got to be worried about that. I never wore my safety equipment growing up, and so I don't particularly wear it now. I did once feed my hand to a table saw while using the appropriate safety equipment for the task I was doing. Oh, your motor's overloaded. By driving too fast, you're going to suffer engine damage, and your cut quality will be affected. So I think we can just go a little slower. I am using, so I heard that the kind of the ideal way to play this game is with like an Xbox controller. So I'm using that because it gives you a little bit better throttle control than I heard people were having, like trying to play with a keyboard and mouse. So we're only going to give you quality gaming content here on the Lightspeed Social Agency YouTube channel. Hey, if you are still with me, first of all, you should leave me a comment and let me know that you're still with me. But also go ahead and like and subscribe on the video. It would just help us get noticed. We're trying some like experimental content for the lawn care community, and I would really appreciate knowing that you support that and that we can do things that are a little bit weird and different for, not for YouTube, but for the kind of green industry space on YouTube. You know, this is the kind of thing I'd like to see more guys in our space, you know, having a little bit of fun together doing some stuff like this. So hopefully we can get that started if that's something that y'all are interested in seeing. I wonder how much of this setup. So I'm going to, oh, this is a fun thing to talk about. I am going to a Kohler event with Paul and Naylor, Lawn Care Rookie, Green Industry Podcast. I don't think that Brian Fullerton is going to be there. I'm pretty sure, I know the Almonds aren't going to be there because I asked about that. And then, you know, our boy Mike Andes is going to be there. He and Liz Neighbor from Augusta will be speaking, and it's fun. Like, I know Mike from way back. We worked on some collaborations, did some stuff together. He's been on our YouTube channel one time. I interviewed him for the Service Autopilot podcast at one point. I was supposed to do a shop tour, and I was just like dead tired. It was the very end of a pretty long trip of filming, and I had to cancel on him. But yeah, so I've known Mike for a long time. It'll be good to get to see him again. I run into him every year at GIE, and it's been fun to watch the growth from like, oh, hey man, what's up, to like people, you know, kind of following him around to be like, hey. So I look forward to GIE. I guess it's Equip now. I'll stop calling it GIE at some point in the distant future. Let's see if I can avoid destroying any flowers here. I feel like I'm hitting my stride a little bit now. I know for sure that as we continue to play, we can upgrade our mower, that kind of thing. So if people care about this video enough to encourage me to keep doing it, I'm kind of having fun. I might keep doing it anyway. But if people want to do this, a friend of mine told me that there is also a power washing simulator that people really enjoy. So if we get tired of this one at some point, we can move to Power Washing Simulator. I think it looks like it's from like the same development company that made this guy. Give me 1 second here. Oh. Oh, nice. He stretches if you're idle. I gotta say, if I, right out the gate, my first client was a house this nice, I'd be pretty happy with that. It's a great little house. We're missing. I've seen from watching other people's playthroughs that it like really sucks to have to go back and find that stuff. If you like just let it go and then you have to find it at the end, it's a real challenge. It does depend on the like contract that you have with the customer, how like if you have to get like 98% or whatever, like there is an amount that you can be short and still complete the job. But we want to give Mrs. Smith here a great quality cut, especially since it's taken us so long. Maybe if you're looking for something to do while we're hanging out here, you could tell me about a story about one of your first clients, your first times out on the job. Maybe make me feel a little bit better about the kind of terrible job I'm doing for Mrs. Smith. You don't have to, but it could be nice. This is an artistic stripe that I'm leaving here. This one's intentional. The game has decent audio, like having been around, a lot of small engines in my day. You got a nice rumble to it. It's pretty satisfying to listen to. I'm not like entirely sure who this game is for. Like, I guess, maybe you are a homeowner who really hates being outside, but you love the satisfaction of mowing your lawn, but you don't want to do it, so you like hire a local maintenance company to take care of your lawn, and then you just play Lawn Mowing Simulator as a good time. Oh, so I'm going to the Kohler event. I was saying that Mike Andes is headlining. I'm hanging out with all of your favorite podcasters, or at least several of them. Will be recording some good content out there. I'm gonna drive out. It's only like a 7-hour road trip, and from the closest airport to Hattiesburg is in New Orleans. And so it was like fly into New Orleans and then ride on a 2-hour shuttle up to Hattiesburg, where Kohler has a facility. And so I just decided that I'd rather just drive and not. I have another flight that I have to catch when I get back. And so I didn't want to risk missing my flight if something went wrong. I'd rather just, be driving myself and be responsible for it. Hit that little spot. There we go. Well, yeah, so my plan here is to just finish up this lawn. We'll see like what it tells us about the quality and how much money I lose for running over all of those flowers, and then we'll kind of wrap up and hop off here. But definitely, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know. We'll try to talk about things that are a little more productive in the future, but I hope that you are looking forward to the content from that Kohler event. And if you have thoughts on the game, let me know at comments, or shoot me an email, Cody@lightspeedsocialagency.com. I would love to know if you think this is dumb and I should never do it again. That is also entirely fair criticism. I know this is a real like goofball move. We'll see if we can run our first marketing campaign before we officially log off. Oh man, I feel like we got real crooked in here. I don't know how that happened. I'm sure you saw. If you were paying attention, you saw what I did. Yeah, so we'll run our first marketing campaign. If I was actually starting a business, owner-operator, my first marketing campaign would really be some flyers and going door to door, talking to friends and family that live in neighborhoods I want to work in about working on their home. Kind of start from scratch that way. If I was looking to, maybe I talked to a guy recently who had started a lawn care business as a retirement business, trying to scale it up so he can take care of him and his wife in their retirement. And so if I was doing that and I had like a nest egg to invest to start the business, I would get started pretty quickly doing Facebook and Instagram ads targeted at the neighborhoods that I want to work in the most. And I would do a much better job than this on my first several clients, so that I could ask them for some Google reviews. I'd make sure I had my Google My Business account set up. Oh, okay. I damaged the ground by turning too hard, apparently. Is that a real thing? Can someone tell me if that's a thing that actually happens, or is the game just being mean to me? right, we're getting close here. We will not, even if we get to the, because I think the contract requirement might just be 97%. We will see. Losing sight in the bushes there. Let's just go ahead and get this little section here. Yeah, I'll have to get somebody to hop on with me. So the next time we do this, I'll have a guest so that they are watching along and on screen to be color commentary. I think that this could be a lot better if someone was mercilessly mocking me during the game. All right, we're getting, I think that we're gonna call that good. We're at 98.8%. Oh, you know what? I know where we can get a little bit more. I turned the blades off there. We'll get in here. I honestly, I don't know when it's gonna prompt me to trim. Okay, I turned my blades off. Oh, okay, it's not, it told me to bring a trimmer, but I never got prompted to use it. I did, if you look at the blade condition in the lower right there, I did screw up the blades when I ran into that bush. But that was for testing purposes. We just needed to know if that was a thing that mattered. Okay, and then I don't actually, okay, hold B to get off. There we go. Let's try to use the string trimmer real quick and see. Okay, so I can see it there. Let's get in here. We'll trim up. Excuse me. We'll see if we can clean up in here. Okay, I kind of thought this was going to be a lot more difficult than it has ended up being. I don't know if it's like screwing up the cut height at all, but it looks like we can use this to cut things in, so we might start with the string trimmer next time around and kind of clean things up. Cool. Okay, well, we'll sprint on back over. Go ahead and, oh, equipment must be stored. Okay, cool, cool, cool. You have to, we'll go ahead and fill up we'll fix our mower. Wait, what happened? Where'd he go? Oh, what in the world? Go ahead and refuel our mower, fix our, oh no, let's not do that yet. Okay, that apparently, we learned a couple things here at the end. All right, well, we'll get out of here. We're closing it up. Not looking half bad there. Okay, so let's see. We lost, oh, only $6. We had $5 for the flowers being destroyed, $1.25 for hitting that bush, and then the $3.27. I wonder if I can change this to American dollars. That would be nice. Cool, cool, cool. Well, guys, let me know if this was something that you enjoyed. I'd love if you guys got a kick out of this the way that I am. Game's pretty fun so far. I can't give like a full review yet because I haven't played enough to really have a good idea. But let me know if you want to see more of this in the future. I'll talk to you soon.